Hey, this is Katie Gamble. I'm here with my friend Charlie Coon for another episode of Clarksville's Conversation, where we gather people from the community. We talk about things happen in the community and kind of tell the story behind the people that make our community great. You want to introduce our guests today?
I do want to introduce our guests, and this is our third year doing this, but it's
wow.
time for Turkeys for Troops.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And today we have Mike Burnette, lead pastor of LifePoint Church, and Sammy Stuard, CEO and president of F&M Bank. And
Welcome, gentlemen.
Good, thank you.
We're going to talk about some turkeys.
It's about that time of year, isn't it?
It is. It
Sure
is.
is.
You know, this is our third year doing it.
Right.
And the first year we did 1,000 turkeys. The next year we did 1,500, and we're planning on doing 2,000 this year. And we're going to talk about the details of that, but we want to welcome you guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for helping with Turkeys for
We're
Troops.
glad to
Yeah.
do it.
This is truly one of those events that couldn't happen if different people from the community didn't come together and just want to love up on our soldiers, right?
That's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. So the event is to give turkeys to active duty soldiers, reservists, veterans, their families, anybody that has a valid military ID.
Right.
So the question to both of you is, why? Why do you do this? Why are we doing this?
Why don't you go, Mike?
All right.
Mike, let you have it.
I do it because you asked me to. Honestly,
You didn't realize you had that much power, did
Yeah,
you?
Charlie called me up one day and he said, "Hey, would you help?" I said, "Sure." Honestly, we love our community. We love the military community a lot. And this is a great opportunity to be a blessing to them. And that's something LifePoint is trying to brand itself with, just generosity and giving back to our city. And so it's a great opportunity to do it. And it makes perfect sense, honestly. It's a strategic partnership with the bank, with you guys, with Corlew Chevrolet, and it's just a blessing. It's fun, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How about you, Sammy?
Oh, it's just a tremendous event, and I think back when we first started talking about doing this, and we'd heard about a program in Texas somewhere, I think, that they had done this, and actually had given away over a period of time like 5,000 turkeys.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, well, this is just crazy, but crazy fun. And so when we did it the first year, I said, you know, are we going to be able to give out 1,000 turkeys? I didn't know whether we'd get it done or not. And it happened pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And so the next year, 1,500, and so we've upped the ante. And it's a tremendous event. It's very rewarding, I think, for everybody that works it. To be down there and to hand those turkeys out, and those people are so appreciative of that. So I look for, there'll be a lot of traffic jams come up the day we give these out, I promise you.
Yeah, it's going to be, what are the dates, Charlie?
The date is Saturday, November 21st.
21st.
And we're going to start at 8 a.m. and we'll go until the turkeys are done, till they're gone, which will probably be around noon.
It's quick, usually.
It'll probably
it's
be around
amazing how
noon.
quickly turkeys can go, right?
But they'll be lined up at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have people at 7 o'clock.
So the good part about this deal is, other than just helping people, is when you do kind of a call to your community to have businesses help with this, everybody kind of jumps on board. So we have James Corlew Chevrolet, that's where the event is, and the address, sorry I have to look down, is 722 College Street, right across from Austin Peay State University. And then we have, of course, F&M Bank, LifePoint Church, and one of our new main sponsors is Joe and Kathy Maynard, the Maynard family. Yeah. So they're coming on board with us, and they couldn't be here today, but we thank everybody for stepping up on that. And then of course we need to thank you and your organization,
Absolutely.
5-Star Radio in Clarksville now, and some specific radio stations. All of these people come together to make this happen. So there's not enough thank yous that we can dole out, because we really appreciate everybody helping.
What I think is beautiful about the event is that it is a bunch of different organizations that have come together, but I think in Clarksville, and I don't know about other communities, I just know about my community, I think we're just so blessed to live in a community that really just wants to love on our soldiers,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I think it's great.
Yeah, and just to be able to say thank you for the sacrifices that those men and women have made.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to put Mike on the spot, not really bad, but you know, Mike, the business he's in, he has a lot of soldiers and families and the veterans in your congregation. And tell us how important that is to you and every time I turn around and ask you to do something, you jump right on board. Where does that mentality come from?
It's because you have such power, like Katie said earlier.
He doesn't understand his power, does
Incredible.
he?
It's the mustache.
I was thinking, I was
It
going to
came
say
up.
the same thing.
It
It's
has
the
to come up
mustache.
every time we talk.
Yeah.
Well, you know, years ago, I've been here 10 years now, and I remember starting out thinking, this is a community I want to fall in love with and do everything I can to serve. And I had never lived in a military town. I didn't come from a military family, but we've just learned so much about that part of Clarksville. And we estimate about 65% of our church is military connected, whether active duty, retired, or their families.
Yes.
And so we would be crazy not to have an engagement there. And honestly, you're giving all these thank yous earlier to the sponsors, and I think as I know the people that are involved in the sponsorship, none of us are doing it for that. We do it because we love our community and we love our city. In particular, this part of Clarksville with the military culture, I mean, it's such a driving force for Clarksville. It is one of the easiest ways. I joked with Sammy recently, you know that statement people say, it's the least I can do.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst statement, by the way. Anything less would be nothing. So I'm going to do the very least, right? But I just think it's not the least we can do. It's something we can do to say thank you.
Yeah.
And it's meaningful. It's a great time of year. It's a time to show thanks at Thanksgiving. And I think generosity is a great way to show thanks to our soldiers. So we love doing it.
And you know, I'm fortunate enough to work at F&M Bank, so I get to see Sammy all the time, and his leadership style, being involved and bringing people along with him is really important to the bank. So we have families that work for us, military families that work for us, and a lot of customers like that. How do you feel about that? You know, bringing people in.
Well, of course, Fort Campbell is a major industry here in itself, and an economic engine that drives this community for all these years. And so we do have a lot of employees that have families, or they are ex-military, and they're tremendous workers. They've got a great work ethic, and so that part's great. But you know, there's so many soldiers and their families that after they come through Fort Campbell decide that this is going to be their home base, and they come from all over the country, and then they say, you know, we love this community, and I think it's because of the way we treat our military and the community we're in. So our community keeps growing. I think that's a big part of it. I mean, you look at our growth numbers now, and so who else but take care of those folks and show a little love to them like we're doing. So I hope that someday we can get to give those 5,000 turkeys away, and we'll keep this thing going.
Well, after this year, the total will be 4,500. That's a lot of turkeys.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot.
I feel like you're saying let's do 5,000 at once.
At one time.
Okay.
Yeah, at one
That
time.
might take a couple days,
We're
but
gonna be-
we're getting there.
We're at 2,000. We're going to be at 2,000.
It's a great goal.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
That's a long line around Corlew Chevrolet.
That's exactly
It
right.
is. It is.
Can you imagine 5,000? How long that'll take us to get through that?
I bet you just take a day. I mean, I bet, because I mean,
Yeah.
We can do it.
we can do
Well,
it.
the
We
first
can do
year
it.
we had 1,000.
1,000.
1,000 and
that
1,500.
was gone in like less than 2 hours.
Yeah, it was fast.
And thank
It's
goodness
the-
Austin P
Yeah.
showed up.
I was going to
Baseball
ask,
team.
is the baseball team helping this year?
So Austin P is helping with parking for volunteers. Their baseball team and their softball team are all volunteer to help in different
Great.
ways of unpacking the turkeys and helping hand out the turkeys. So we've got a lot of sponsors, but their athletic program has really stepped up, and it's very important. I mean, when we get there early that Saturday morning, if it was the four of us having to unload all those turkeys, we'd have a problem.
It's a workout because, you know, 10, 12, 14-pound turkeys, and you have 1,000 of them, and have to get them out, put them in the bags.
Yeah.
These noodles
So-
couldn't handle all that.
I'm telling you.
You get about 10 in and you start feeling it.
It was a blessing when all those folks showed
Yeah.
up and helped us with that thing. Because we didn't know. That was our first year. We didn't know what to expect. But we do now.
They were big last year. I remember the turkeys were huge.
They were big.
Do we know what size they're going to be this year?
Yeah, they're going to be in the 12 to 14, 15 pound range.
Okay,
So
that's
it's a
a good size.
I feel like
good
they
it's a
were
good
20
sized
pounders
bird. And,
last year.
yeah, we had some 20 pounders
Yeah,
come
there were
through.
some
They're
monsters.
a little. You got to have a pretty big oven for that.
Yeah.
For that deal.
So, Charlie, if I have a military ID, I'm active, I'm a veteran, what do I need to do to come get a turkey?
So,
How does this work?
I would suggest coming early. We'll start at 8, but if you want to get there and line up a little earlier, you can. Come to James Corlew Chevrolet at 722 College Street. And you'll see signs. We'll have police out there directing traffic. Come, bring your military ID.
Yeah.
And if you want to carpool and bring somebody with you that's got a military ID, you can do that. But just show up. We'll run you through the line. We also have Ajax Distributing is giving 2,000 2-liter sodas. So you will get a turkey and a 2-liter soda.
Mm-hmm.
And so
pretty soon, not only are you have 5,000 turkeys, we're gonna have the whole meal.
oh yeah,
that's all right.
You know, there's a lot of thoughts that are out there, and we're kind of working our way up, but baby steps. We gotta grow, but
cans of corn are coming.
yeah.
I'm sure we'll work
You
on
never
that.
know.
But it'll be the giant cans
Yeah.
from GFS or something.
Yeah. So so let's talk about our sponsors for a minute.
Okay.
And like I say, you put the all call out there, people will jump in for a good cause. So we've got James Corlew Chevrolet, F&M Bank, LifePoint Church, the Maynard family. We've got TriStar Beverage, Ajax Distributing,
GFS.
GFS Gordon Food Services, and of course 5-Star Radio Group. And you can talk about the remotes and who will be there. So all of these people have contributed in kind or monetarily. So it's quite an event.
I'm going to say something that Charlie's not going to mention. I think you two both will agree that he's mentioning all these sponsors, but Charlie is the one that is behind putting all this together. And he's being kind of humble about taking that, but he's orchestrated and organized all this. So kudos to you for that.
He has been
It's
the
teamwork.
brainstorm, there's no question. And he's been talking about turkeys for troops since January, and so we're getting ready for it. So you know we knew it was coming, but if Charlie hadn't done everything he's done in organizing and getting the sponsors all lined up, we wouldn't be where we're at today. So
Yes.
I agree with you.
Well, y'all kind, but it's a team effort.
Good for you.
Great job.
Do you have any parting words you want to leave us with about Turkeys for Troops? Anything?
It's just an exciting season anyway, fall time. With the year that we've had, 2020, it's a great reason to have something to look forward to. This will be after the election, which hopefully we'll have lots to just focus on instead, holidays and family. So
all the fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a great thing to look forward to. I feel like it's a shining light for the season that we've been in.
Yeah.
I agree, and just show up, be there, and get your turkey. And if you have family and military, active, retired, please tell them about it. Spread the word, and let's give away 2,000 turkeys. I'd love to see them fly on out of there. You know,
that's right.
In an hour or so, it would be great.
Yeah.
But we're excited about it.
One other thing I would say, I know we hate to bring up COVID, but we're going to be very sensitive to that. So people handing out turkeys, we'll make sure they have gloves on, and it'll be a safe environment.
You don't have to get out of your car.
You don't have to get out of your car. Just pull up, show an ID. We will hand you your turkey and your soda, and you'll be on your way. So it's going to be a safe environment.
Turkeys for Troops was doing curbside before curbside was a thing.
That's right.
That's true. We've never had you get out of your car.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
So Saturday,
The
November 21st, 8 a.m. We say 8 a.m. till noon, but 8 a.m. until the turkeys are gone, so it could be earlier. So I recommend coming on down. James Corlew Chevrolet.
See you there.
And it's rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Thank you for joining us, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks. We're glad to do it.